Hi guys, this is my tutorial on the Department of the Information Communication Technology. So this is the Diploma in ICT Module 1 to those who are doing Diploma in Information Communication Technology. Remember Module 1, it's all about the introduction, definition of terms, looking at the basic parts of the computer. So we are looking on the we checked on the computer hardware and we look at the hardware categories. You see, we have input devices, processing devices, storage devices, output devices, and communication devices. So today's tutorial, we are checking on the processing devices. Processing devices. So this all we checked: input, processing, storage, communication. But today we are checking on the processing devices. The point here is where we are the processing devices. So we are going to begin this system unit. This is system unit. This system unit houses the processing component of the computer system. Or other components are called peripheral devices and are connected directly or indirectly to the system unit. Look at this. In this system unit houses the processing component of the computer system. All other components, the rest that are connected to the computer, are called peripheral devices. Remember, on the input devices we mentioned this term, peripheral devices, and are connected directly to the system. But in this unit of the processing device is the one that houses the processing component. So we have a component that do the processing, and that is what we are going to check on. They include what? Let's check. They include the CPU. These are the components that do the processing. The CPU is the central processing unit. We have the main memory, the cache memory. We have the GPU, that is graphic processing unit. This is used for creating images. That's what we found about the graphic. That's the graphic design. We have the CPU. Let's begin with the CPU, central processing unit, the part of the computer that processes data. It consists of control unit, arithmetic unit, logic unit, and the buses. Remember, we are looking at the processing component, the processing devices. So this is the part of computer that processes data. Remember, we said data are facts and figures. Low data has not been processed. So when data are inputted to the computer, they get processed with the central processing unit. So this CPU contains control unit, arithmetic, and logic, and the buses. So we are going to check each and every one on the CPU, beginning with the CPU, that is the control unit, controls execution of programs. Execution, to execute is to process. So the control unit is the part of the CPU, it will do the controls. So when the programs get into the computer one by one, it will do the control. Remember, each and everything require the method of control. The processing can't be done just for that. No, there is a control. So it controls the execution of program. It fetches instruction from the memory, interprets and send the instruction to other components. So it's responsible for fetching instruction from the memory, interprets that information or those instructions, and then send the instruction to other components. That's the work of the control unit. Remember, you might be told to describe the function of the control unit in the central processing unit. It maintains order and control at activity the CPU. So it's responsible for maintaining order and control all the activities that are happening in the central processing unit, that the system unit, the CPU, direct sequence of operation. So if there are many sequence of operation, it's the one that's responsible for directing those sequence of operation, communicate with input output device for transfer of data. So this is responsible for communicating between input and output. So when the data is input, it communicates to the devices of that to the output devices to transfer the data. So it communicates with input output devices for transfer of data. Does not process or store data, but it do the control. So the processing is not the work of the control unit. Remember this, but it do the control and the direct and maintain order on the CPU, but it does not do any of the processing nor any of the storage. So we are still on the CPU arithmetic unit. We say it contains the following components: control unit, arithmetic, logic unit, and what? We say in what? Yeah, I forget it. We'll check on it. Don't worry. The control unit, arithmetic logic unit, that's where we are perform actual processing. So after the control, what do the actual processing of data using program instruction is the arithmetic logic unit. It performs all kinds of arithmetic, that is mathematical calculation, addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. So each and every time you are doing the arithmetic or mathematical calculation on your computer, remember this function is done by the arithmetic logic unit in the central processing unit. So it also performs logic operation, e.g. comparison, the comparison between this and this and this. It performs those logic operation. That's why it's called arithmetic logic unit, because it do arithmetic and also the logic. It also does blocking on prefix conditions. So we're still on the CPU registers and the buses. This is what I was forgetting about, the registers and the buses. So registers they are temporary storage areas. They are temporary storage. Storage areas. So the registers, let's check one by one. They are temporary storage areas for instruction inside the CPU, and that can keep up with the processor. So the temporary store, that means temporary storage. It's only function when the computer is on or when the power is on. Areas inside the CPU, and that can keep up with the processor. So during the processing, it can keep up. These are registers. So special laws for registers, and let's check one by one. What are the special laws? You may be asking the question of the maybe the next exam or other exam. What are the special laws of the registers and accumulator? That is, which collect the result of computation and accumulator. So that's the special law of register 1, 2, an address register, which keep track of where a given instruction or piece of data is stored in the memory, which keep track an address register. So you may be told to give different type of register or describe a different type of register in a CPU, in a central processing unit. What would you say them? We have an accumulator which corrects the results of computation. So when you do the computing, it corrects the results. An address register which keeps track of where a given instruction or piece of data is stored in our memory. So it keeps track of the memory. That data which is stored in memory, it keeps track of it. So we have, then whether you have more register, we have CPU, we have a storage register. Is the third register, so which temporary hold data taken from or about to be sent to memory, taken from or about to be sent to the memory. That's the storage register, the storage. So we had the arithmetic logic units, we have registers, and we have the buses. So we'll check on the CPU buses. We have the information highway for CPU buses are bundles of tiny wires that carry data and instruction between components. That is now inside the CPU. We have the buses that carry data and instruction between components. We have different type of buses. We have address bus is a computer bus that is used to specify a special address. A computer bus that is used to specify a special address. That's why it's called address bus, because it's for specifying a special address. So we have two control bus. It's a computer bus used by CPU for communicating with other devices within the computer. So you check, it's like the same as we have checked on the CPU, and we say the CPU contains the control unit, arithmetic logic unit, registers, and the buses. So in the buses, in the register, we have to check on the different registers. Yeah, now on the CPU buses, we have the address bus and the control bus. Control bus is used for communicating with other devices within the computer. So it gives a control address, specify a special address. I don't know whether we have data bus carries the actual data being processed. So this, but if you hear a bus, it's like it's like the mean of transport. That is now in the computer. Inside the computer, we have mean of carrying data. Those figures, in fact, that are not processed. In the process of being processed, in the in that criteria of being processed, they are being carried by use of buses. Actual data that is being processed. That's the data buses. So I think toward the CPU, we'll continue on the next tutorial about the CPU buses, or maybe on the processing devices, because we have only checked on one, that is the central processing unit. So the rest are within the CPU, the CPU buses, the CPU registers, arithmetic logic unit, and the control unit that are on the CPU. So we'll continue on the next tutorial and check on the next processing device. So thank you for watching. Remember